What's up, everybody? The Destroyer here, and welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.02, version 5.0.1. Today we have ourselves a 3v3 on Dagorlad to watch. So we'll be doing just that. Hopefully it's a good game, as usual. Alright, I'm ready. Hope you are ready as well. Alright, our first player is the Chain, is Angmar there in the bottom left. In the bottom center, we have Celestial as the Elves. And in the bottom right, we have Mako as the Men of the West. In the top right, we have ourselves Black Mamba, which is Black Mamba, of course, as Mordor there. In the middle top is kYGo as the Men of the West. And last but not least is Legacy as Goblins. Alright, well, we have Goblins, Men of the West, and Goblin Cave? No. Mordor there. Versus a Men of the West, a Isengard, and a Angmar. Intriguing. So we don't have any directly mirror across from each other. That's always nice. Anyway, let's see what the players are doing. Legacy is going for a Goblin Cave start, which is pretty typical, as you expect. We have a barracks being put up by kYGo right there, in that location. So soon he'll undoubtedly getting some Gondor soldiers. If you got Lorien soldiers, that'd be impressive. We have Orc Warriors coming out for Black Mamba, who's now getting himself another Orc pit there. And let's see, the Man of the West player over here, Mako, has himself a forward, not really forward, but in front of his fortress thingy. Barracks. That's what they call them nowadays. Barracks. And he's getting some Gondor soldiers out, and they should be heading across the field shortly. We have Clan Steading coming out here for a Celestial, who has his first battalion of Wildmen out in the field. And of course, the Chain has himself all the King's Men over here, and his first Thrall is out in the field, going for the Gundabad Warriors. The general start for anyone to go for is Gundabad Warriors, because they're free, and they're pretty good. Well, look at the Golems already been found. I doubt anyone will claim Golem already, but you never know. Looks like Legacy and the Chain will clash here. The Gundabad Warriors, of course, will win that fight, as they are stronger. And looks like the outpost is trying to be captured, but it's going to be knocked down before. So that's unfortunate. So unfortunately for Isengard, he's not going to get any resources from that whatsoever, unless he rebuilds it later. Mako has sent some guys up, opting not to go for these, instead of ignoring them, and heading for the opponent's base. I can't say whether that's a right or wrong decision on his part, but we'll see soon enough, I suppose. So we have 3 Orc pits now from Black Mamba. Mako has himself an archery range now, so that's probably why he didn't chase, because he knew he'd have some archers out by the time they got here. Which makes sense. And also, it looks like Celestial is sending some guys there as well. Some Wildmen. kYGo has himself an archer range as well. This is kind of a typical Men of the West start as well. Get yourself a barracks and then go transition right into a archer range. That's what I always do as well when I'm Men of the West. It's a strategy I favor. That might mean it's shit, considering my skills. But actually it's not, turns out. I think it works fairly effectively, because you got both grounds covered. Your basic archers aren't too bad as Men of the West. Interesting building placement for the Chain here. Opting not to put all of his buildings in one spot, instead encircle his fortress in them. I kind of like that, actually. And now he has 3 Hall of the King's Men to get Thralls out, which is always good. We have a Warg pit upgrading to Warg 2, or having trouble with words. Level 2, so he can get Warg Riders here. So those will definitely be useful, especially against little Goblin Warrior spams, or even Gondor soldiers that come across the field. Looks like a slaughterhouse is taken down there. Black Mamba losing one of his economy buildings to a little bit of the Wildmen of Celestial. Celestial is Isengard, right? Yeah. Just making sure. Because I don't know who Celestial or Legacy are, so I was kind of Worried I would mix up their names. No. It seems I have got it down. Excellent. We have lots of thralls out here for the chain, who is not seeing this army of goblin warriors who look like you're war chained. But that has worn off. And now this mill will undoubtedly be cancelled very shortly here. And the builder probably put to the sword. So he's actually splitting off some of them to attack this, some to attack that, which is smart. You don't need that many goblin warriors to attack one farm. If you do that, that's not good. Ooh. Builder was lost there for kYGo. That's unfortunate. So not cheap. He did save the farm though, at least. And he has himself a stables as well, so he will be getting cavalry units. Looks like the forward slaughterhouse for Black Mamba is taken down there. But these Gondor soldiers with buffs, these Gondor archers doing a lot of damage as well for these to these orcs. We have Easterlings out in the field as well now, which will help defend against cavalry. Not going to do too much else though. They're not really good against Gondor soldiers, as you would expect, with the whole rock paper scissors kind of counter system this game has. We have 2 battalions of Warguarders now out for Celestial, as well as a bunch of Wildmen. Not a bad combo. If he's careful with these Warguarders, they could do good damage in conjunction with the army. Now the chain is pushing in on Legacy. Will he have what it takes to stop it? This tunnel is going down fairly quickly, so he will lose that. And of course these Goblin Warriors aren't going to be able to stop these. There's a lot of Axe Warriors in there as well, which do, like, I believe they one-shot Goblin Warriors. So that will be tough to stop. Oh, this builder might get picked off. Whose is this? It's Legacy's builder. Kind of surprised these Warguarders didn't go for him. Apparently he didn't see him, which is always a possibility. Wait for Rodram Lancers out for Black Mamba, who gets a nice run through on the Gondor archers there of Mako. And they are all dead now. Except for these 2 battalions, they slow down, of course. Once they lose their momentum, they don't do any damage. They have to go away, come back, and do another trample, which nets them a lot of deaths as well. Very nice. And that pretty much deals with the army of Mako entirely. And now Black Mamba is free to push south. Meanwhile, in the center, it looks like kYGo is pushing south with a decent-sized force, but not too much. Looks like there's a little battalion of Wildmen hiding in the trees there. The chain has a bit of thralls out here as well, about to clash with the army of Legacy, who has just lots of Goblin Archers or Goblin Warriors with a battalion of Goblin Archers. Maybe 2. No, looks like just 1. As far as I can tell, at least. Is Celestial going to engage here? kYGo does have Rohirrim now, but of course there are pikes in this army. So he will have to be very careful on his approach. Generally, the best way to deal with this is to have your archers focused on the pikes. Once the pikes are gone, you can get a nice run through on whatever you please. Although it looks like he does actually get out of position with his pikemen, and he gets a nice run through there with his Rohirrim. And now the rest of his army will do quite a bit of damage. Although he's going to lose all these archers to these Warg Riders. 3 battalions of them. And they do completely wreck them. That is unfortunate. Black Mamba moving in on the base of Celestial, possibly. He will start engaging at least. Although he is ready to engage with all these Warg Riders, all he really has to deal with is these, which isn't going to be too difficult. Let's go up north here, as the chain is engaging Legacy once again. Looks like he's got some Spiderlings now. So he's mixing up his army a little bit. He's sitting on 4 Goblin Caves, a Spider Pit, and a Fissure is building here. Looks like also his laborers are going to war. He probably has his buildings all queued somewhere. When you build laborers, they go off. Oh, they're actually going to work down here. Strange, as there's no labor camp or lumber mill anywhere near there. Looks like the Rohirrim and King Theoden have arrived to help out over there. While Mako is trying to push forward on Black Mamba pretty aggressively here. He has himself a Theoden as well. He's not going cavalry, but he is good for the leadership, as he comes with leadership. That will help out the Men of the West greatly. And he's still pretty good, useful hero. If you can manage to level him up to level 6, he could get some cavalry and actually benefit from Glorious Charge as well. This is a good way to level him up. The archers are leveling him, just sitting here. As you see there. His bar is filling just from the archers getting kills. So that is a good way to actually level him up without having to go around and harass everything. Just have him be a buff stick, really. And then once he actually gets to a useful level, transition him into a cavalry hero. And start glorious charging your ass to victory. That's what I'm talking about. It's a lot of Warg Riders and Pikemen. Celestial's army is pretty strong, I would say. He could do his alerts, though. If you get alerts, he could do with a cripple shot on Theoden. Oh, he actually has one. Unfortunately, he does not have cripple strike. He is level 1 still. He'll get it eventually, though. Looks like this Theoden's up to level 3. But he is actually using Rohirrim at the moment, so once that begins to take effect, things will get nasty. Oh, we have some sorcerer action here. The Chain opting to use sorcerers. He's got Dark Rangers as well, which of course are great archers there. He just has to be very careful. Oh, he's going for a corpse rain. Huge corpse rain. Decimating the army of the goblins. He has to be very careful to get these sorcerers out of there. They're super slow and super fragile. While they're very powerful, you can pretty much one-shot an army. They are very easy to kill. So you have to be very, very careful. Still, corpse rain, absolutely devastating. Also, their other buffs are pretty good as well. Spell Strength is very useful. Black Ice can be useful for slowing down Mumakil or even Dwarven armies to the crawl. And then, of course, you have Well of Souls, which you rarely see used. But it is pretty useful as well. Looks like he has enough Dark Rangers out here to hold for now. Looks like Isengard has pushed the Men of the West and the Center back a bit. Or vice versa, one of the two. And Mordor is holding here. It looks like he does have himself Industry. Let's take a look at powers while we're at it. We have Devastation, War Chant, 11 power points, 618 of 800 command points for Celestial. We have Fellwind, War Chants, 7 power points, and 534 of 700 command points for the Chain. Heal, Rally Call, 5 power points, 408, 625 for kYGo. We have Industry. Looks like it needs to be thrown down on something. War Chant, 13 power points, and 574 out of 600 command points. There's another nice Corpse Rain. Very nice indeed. Mako, the Man of the West, has himself some Hobbits. Heal, Rally Call, 9 power points, 332 of 725. And Legacy, the Goblin player, has Wildman Dunlin, War Chant, 3 power points, 475 of 775. So that's what we got so far. No one's got any super mega powers yet, but they are getting there quite rapidly. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Goblin Caves now, and a fissure in a upgraded Spider Pit. So now he can get the Spider Riders, which really he needs Spider Riders for sure. That would either help him get to these Sorcerers easier or help get to these Dark Rangers, both of which needs to die if he's going to have any success. Looks like Mako is a marketplace since his farm is going there, so he'll be benefiting from that 12% increase in all his farms. So he's got a Tom Bombadil going to dance the night away, and punch people in the face at the same time. The Hobbits have been summoned as well. He used the Vile Galadriel. Excellent. Gothmog is pissed. Look at him go in rage. He will need to get out of there, though. Looks like the Rohirrim opting not to chase. That probably would have been a smart idea to chase down Gothmog with the Rohirrim. And Theoden, he wouldn't have got away. But possibly not. We have a big attack here. 2 against 1, looks like. No, actually, kYGo has come to assist. So we have a 2-on-2 over here. The Men of the West and the Goblins versus Isengard and the Angmar player. Goblin builders in the fray there. Looks like Devastation was used to gather some resources. Great way to get money is Isengard, as it does give what, like 2,000 if you can get a good placed thing, I think, something like that. It's very nice. Ooh, nice. We have a Kumul out in the field. Continuing to get catapults as well, so Black Mamba's army is gaining in strength for sure. And the Fell Beast is definitely going to help with the Rohirrim, or anything really. Although it doesn't, Mako isn't really using Rohirrim as of yet. He is working on it though, and he's also got an Eomer on the field. And we do a Fuel the Fires also, because of that labor camp. I keep calling them labor camps. Lumber mills. Labor camp sounds like some sort of slave thing from Nazi Germany or something. Not quite what I'm trying to describe. Anyway. We have a Tom Bombadil on the field here from kYGo. If he catches up with the Isengard army, that's not going to be pretty. So hopefully they'll keep running. Angmar has transitioned into Hill Trolls, which are very tanky, very strong units. And we have... Oh, the Fell Wind Corpse Ring combo. Absolutely disgusting. Decimated their army of the Goblins. Looks like he was using Corsairs as well. Do Goblins get Corsairs in you? They do. Interesting. I wasn't aware of that. Or I was aware of that and I forgot. Which is more likely. Because I do tend to know things and then forget things. It's a habit. Some might call it a skill. I wouldn't. Alright. Half-Troll Marauders coming out now. Also very tanky, very strong units. They die fairly quickly to arrow fire, but not when your ally has the arrows. So that's always good. He's got that on his side. Let's go down here. Looks like the Fell Beast is kicking ass. Doing exactly what I figured it would do. Start taking out the horses. As that is where they excel. Rohirrim have pretty much nothing to do. Nothing they can do about it. They can turn to bow mode, of course, and try and fight back, but they probably won't get too much done in the process. Rohirrim's bows aren't that good. Unless there's enough of them and they have fire arrows, I guess they could take them down pretty quick. We have Gandalf out in the field for Mako. So if we can level him up, that would be glorious. Instantly getting to level 3 from level 1. Impressive. That's what I call a Wizard Blast of centuries. Now using his Lightning Sword to try and take down Gothmog. Fortunately, Gothmog is benefiting from the 25% armor, and he actually lives through it because of it. Lucky him. Catapult managed to get a farm there. Very nice. And the worm summoned in on the base. That's going to take out that level 3 farm, which is unfortunate for him. Let's see how the armies up here are faring. So kYGo's still helping in the defense of Legacy up here. He's fighting for his life. And gets the armies of the chain. Although he's holding them fairly well. He has the ability to put out lots of units fairly easily. He could go on the offensive fairly quickly as well. And Isengard's now getting upgrades. Looks like he's going for Forged Blades. I don't think he has the armor upgrades yet. But in time, I'm sure he will. Of course, this will upgrade his... No, he actually has the armor upgrade as well, because they are on his Warg Riders. So yeah, he's got basically fully upgraded. These are fully upgraded, because they already have banners. Which is something to be feared when nothing else has upgrades, of course. That is something Isengard excels at, is getting their upgrades quicker than the other teams, I feel. Tombomb will summon somewhere. I'm not sure where, though. Ooh, we got a Fire Drake. Is that a Untamed Allegiance Fire Drake? It is indeed. Black Mamba has taken the Fire Drake lair. Looks like he has been promptly disposed of. Unless it was this one, but it doesn't look like it. That is something you have to watch out for when facing evil teams. To have that power, the Untamed Allegiance. We have 2 flying units now. That's going to make things increasingly more difficult for Mako. He does not really have the archer power to take down those flying units in conjunction with all the rest of the units in the field. Looks like another Corpse Rain did some good damage. Corpse Rain is great, but at the same time, sometimes it's not great against goblins. Because they'll send tons of goblin warriors at you. You can Corpse Rain them, yes, and take care of majority of them. But at the same time, they are goblin warriors. They will be right back out in the field, as you see here, in full force. Meaning you just have to keep Corpse Raining and Corpse Raining. Oh, nice. The Corsairs being used to firebomb those guys there. Look at their spirits raising into the heavens. Interesting. I wasn't aware there was a graphic for spirits rising out of their bodies. I'm not sure if I've seen that before. Oh, we might have a big air volley here. And we do indeed. The goblins are taken out fairly easily by the long shot, undoubtedly, of one of these rangers. Not that one or that one, though. And we have a cave troll. That's undoubtedly from the goblins' legacy. Yep. kYGo has himself a Rohirrim army with leadership of Theoden level 7, so he can glorious charge. And has already, it seems. Gandalf's still level 3, unfortunately. Hopefully he gets up higher. That's always fun. Rarely do you see a level 10 Gandalf, but when you do, Word of Power is always fun. But it's just tough to do. It takes him a long time to level up to level 10. We have Cloud Break being thrown down over the field. Looks like the Southern Army is frozen in place. And now the Southern Army using Cloud Break, because these guys are cowering in retaliation. Although some of them not phased. As you see, these level 5 battalions are not phased by the fear. And keep moving regardless of Cloud Break or not. So it's always good to get all your units that you can to level 5 and try and keep them alive, because they will live through Cloud Breaks and they will live through fear abilities of your enemies like Nazgul Screeches and such. Or Hobbit summons when they use the Vile Galadriel, stuff like that. Just having level 5 in general is useful. Oh, more Corpse Rain, even a worm. It's Legacy's worm though. Getting massive amounts of damage done to the army of the Chain as it tries to flee, it looks like. And the majority of it is taken out, although he did get himself a nice little Corpse Rain in the process though. Ooh, a couple of long shots going down. Fortunately, Isengard is very tanky. He went into Porcupine and stuff like that. And we have a Blight being thrown down. A lot of guys being turned to whites very quickly. That's going to chain react into a nightmare for kYGo. Fortunately, he was able to get his Rohirrim out of there and some of his guys, but a lot of them did not make it, as you see by the Army of the Dead. The Ghetto Army of the Dead, I'll call them. Because they're not quite Army of the Dead, but they're still to be feared. Looks like Celestial summon a dragon. Intriguing. That, of course, won't be good for Mordor. I don't think Gothmog wants to go anywhere near that dragon. And I would advise against it, as he will be burned to a crisp. Which one is this? Kamul is about to die. He looks like he will get out of there, though. As he can get out of the range. Isengard pushing in once again. The men of the West are standing on the Blight. Curious. Why would you fight on it? Purposely. That's just asking for trouble. Blight does last a very long time. And it has a very large radius. I do still think that needs to be changed a bit, but for now I guess it works. Hopefully it'll be addressed next patch. In some form. We have Karsh, who's out there. He's excellent against Goblin spam. All he has to do is stand here and he will pretty quickly kill this entire army just by being in the presence with his what's it called? Chill something soul, maybe? Yeah, chill soul. Takes slight damage over time and they get a speed debuff. It's pretty brutal. I've used it actually pretty effectively against goblins before. Karsh is definitely great against goblins. Just gotta be careful not to get killed at the same time though. Air volley going down, managed to get a whole battalion of Athelian Rangers with fire arrow upgrades. That's pretty nice pickup there. That will allow these guys to come in. He could use Screech if he wants to as well. Both of them have it. Oh, he's got his sorcerers out in front. I don't know if that's wise. They're going to get burned by the mini fire drake hordes pretty quickly. Although we do have freezing rain being cast on for the southern team there. Now the debuff. Look at Karsh just walking in there like a boss, and he knows he can just stand there and they'll all just disappear. And indeed they do. Karsh's thing in conjunction with the rain debuff is pretty huge. And that was quite devastating for the goblins. It's like kYGo running through, trying to get something done, but of course a lot of these are hill trolls and even Rudolph's Pyramid, so he's not going to get too much done there against an army of pikes. Meanwhile, Celestial's pushing in against Legacy from this side. Although kYGo is not going to have it. He sent his guys as well. The ring has been dropped. It looks like the Goblin player, Legacy, has picked it up. Whether he claims it or not is another story. He's got a Mountain Giant now as well. Mountain Giants are always good to get. Looks like something big just happened here. Looks like a barrage, I would say. Indeed it was. So that takes care of Mako's army. Or at least slows it down a bit. But now it looks like Black Mamba needs another army of his own. He's getting himself a move kill though, which is always nice. Goblins still have the ring, so he could claim that. How's he doing on economy? Could he actually get it? Well, his economy isn't great, but he is Goblins, so it's possible. He hasn't claimed it yet though, so we'll see. He would have benefited greatly from Scavenger, that's for sure. Look at Karsh just melting away the Goblin forces. He's trying to get the ring, I think. Oh, it looks like the chain is the Witch King now. That could be quite bad. Oh crap, and now the chain has the ring of power. Will he take advantage of this gift he's been given? It's looking like no so far. Witch King's trying to take down this Mountain Giant. He is going to succeed. Also, by proxy, hitting these Spider Riders. There's a Boromir there. Just barely see him underneath the Spider Riders. Well, I can't really tell who's going to get out of there with the ring. I'd imagine if Witch King gets it, he'll get out of there. Oh man, the worm doing tons of damage, taking out the army of Mako once again. Another frozen in place, unable to run away from the worm. We have a Faramir on the field, level 1 though. And now Mako has 2 flying units and a move kill, as well as Haradrim archers, which are fairly decent archers. So things will get increasingly more difficult. He's going to lose his Feldbeast though. One of them does fall. Will the other one fall as well? Looks like Moonkill already used his charge attack, but it can of course just walk over the units. Just as effective. And that basically kills everything there. Moonkill is just so big they don't care. They do what they please. Avalanche being used on the base up here, just barely getting the tail end of that. But we saw it happen. Didn't manage to do enough damage though. These 2 Goblin caves still stand. The Spider Pit stands. This still stands. The only thing that fell was a Goblin Cave there, I think, and that's about it. Angmar still hold the ring, but they haven't claimed it yet. And now both of those have fallen down. So we'll have to wait for those to rebuild, unfortunately. That does cut the production of the Goblins down significantly. And now if the chain was smart, he would go capture this ring, I think. And then build Sauron, or save for it. Or just at least keep it in his base, making sure the enemy does not use it against him. That's what I would do, at least. Looks like some Warguards trying to get this thing gone here. This Blacksmith. He is upgraded to level 2 as well. We can keep his Men of the West opponents off his upgrades. Unable to upgrade any units, so this would be great for him. I'm pretty sure Rohirrim upgraded are better than Wargriders upgraded. Of course, especially with the flying unit supporting them, as you would expect. And now kYGo is pushing in towards the center here. We have a Fire Drake and a mini Fire Drake brood. There is no more Fire Drake layer there either, so that has been taken out. This either is from the Fortress of the Goblins, which is highly likely, since they have the Fire Drake thing on the top. Looks like he's actually missing a few more buildings the last time I looked over here. So Goblins have been hit by another power, I guess. And now Angmar's pushing in with a very dangerous army. Lots of rangers, lots of heroes, and lots of spearmen. That's going to be very difficult to stop, I would imagine. Meanwhile, Black Mamba's pushing in. He's got himself Nazgul on foot. He's got Gothmog still, who's level 10 now. He's got his rangers. Well, they're not rangers, I guess. Roger Marchers. And what have you. So we'll watch this for a minute, and then we'll go see what happens in the other armies. Of course, the guys on top have fire arrows as well. So the archers up there are dangerous as well. Nice charge into the Ithilien Ranger line. Has managed to kill a majority of them. There's an army of the dead. Where is it? There's a lightning tower going off, but that's not where the army of the dead is. There it is. Fortunately, the Witch King is fast enough to get away. Unfortunately for the rest of these fellows, not so much. So majority of Angmar's forces are dead now because of the army of the dead. So they'll be moving around. They'll disappear before probably getting to the Isengard army over here, though. Oh, actually, it's going to be really close. He might get some damage done. But nope, Celestial actually moves away just enough. And that will save him a lot of lives. Oh, sounds like somebody died there. Not sure which hero that would be. But it was from the Men of the West, I know that much. This Nazgul's up to level 8. This one's up to level 4. We have Faramir, who is still level 1, so he's apparently not doing his job. He's not showing his quality. Isn't that what he says? I don't know. I don't remember. We have Boromir back out in the field for kYGo. Just going to immediately throw down his horn. Freezing the army before they get too much damage done. But these whites, it's too late. And now they'll begin working down these tower guards, chain reacting them into whites as well. Until all hell breaks loose. This is not a situation you want to be in. Oh, he's even got a good bad orc summon in the back. Things are looking bleak for kYGo. As soon as his troops come out here, because it's thrown down in the front of his barracks, they'll just pretty much immediately turn to whites, because they'll probably die very quickly. So I think kYGo is going to fall here, but we have a Balrog summon. Is that a defensive Balrog? It is indeed. Black Mamba summoning a Balrog to save his ally from imminent destruction. Will it be enough? That did pretty much decimate the army of Celestial. And now he's going to attempt to fly his Balrog south as quickly as possible, saving as much time as possible, so he can do as much damage as possible. That will take him a minute to get there, so we'll see what's happening over here. Looks like the chain's going in for another force, led by the Witch King of Angmar. And it looks like Legacy still doesn't have too much. Balrog's almost at half-timer now. Actually killing guys just by walking over them. Semi-effective way of doing things. Oh, he could get a nice fire breath right here. Might be able to get this level 3 furnace as well as these. Will that be enough? Oh, followed by barrage, definitely be enough. Very nice combo. Balrog finishes that. That's going to shut down things. Isengard has a lot of rebuilding to do if he's going to keep up. What is this? It's a wall hub. Just being thrown down undoubtedly to save his builder. So the Balrog won't attack it. But he will attack everything else. And unfortunately, Celestial is going to lose pretty much all his production buildings. Right before Balrog despawns, he managed to get that upgraded barracks. A nice pickup for him. Definitely a good use Balrog. He managed to kill an army defensively and then take out a majority of a base offensively. So I definitely say that was worth the time and effort. Nice play by Black Mamba there. Things are looking good for the chain, though. He's got 3 Troll Stone Throwers, as well as the Witch King taking down the Fortress of Legacy. Will they be able to stop him, I wonder? One of the Trebuchets falls. Still 2 more, though. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the ice upgrades, which does significantly increase the damage. Would have made things a lot easier for him. Some Knights of Dol Amroth fallen. I can always recognize their death scream. It's very unique, I will say. Look at Theoden fighting on the front lines with his troops. Off of horseback, no less. We have a catapult throwing down some skulls to scare off his his opponents there. Although we have a dragon being summoned in the back. That was summoned by Celestial. We have another Balrog, undoubtedly over here. Defensive Balrog, indeed it is. Looks like he wants to kill the Witch King. Oh, big fire whip manages to whip Witch King's ass into oblivion. Now he needs to get that Balrog south. No? Maybe not. I guess he does have some Isengard guys still here, and he doesn't have much in the way of defense. Big watcher there. Taking down a lot of archers from Isengard, or Mordor rather. Dragon's still doing work. This is a waste of a dragon though. You don't really want to fight Orc warriors with a dragon. That is definitely a waste of time. And he could be taking out more structures like that. Absolutely. Aha, that sucks. Almost got it. There you go. Things are not looking good for Black Mamba. He is looking low on stuff. It looks like kYGo looking just equally as bad. Big attack on him as well. Who's this? That's Legacies. Looks like he moved over there to save his ally. I think the northern team is going to be dead very shortly. All three teams have their forts pretty exposed. Mordor's is going to be a little tougher to crack, but he doesn't have much in the way of resistance other than his fell beasts. So I think with enough pressure, the southern team should crack that shell wide open. And Angmar is definitely poised to do that. He's got powerful armies and siege weapons with the frost upgrades now on them as well, which is good for him. Undoubtedly has powers as well to throw down. Oh, and down goes the fort, netting someone 1,250 resources. Isengard. And that is an unfortunate loss. We even have a mountain giant summoned in the back there from the chain. You always gotta watch out for that. It's just as nasty as the Ant Summon. If not worse sometimes. Who knows? Now kYGo's been defeated. That is the first player of the northern team down. And it'll only snowball from there. Ooh, just in time to see a Gorgoth Spire annihilate an entire men of the West Army. That's gotta be satisfying. I know I would be happy with that. Even if I lost, at least you went out with a bang, eh? Now will Angmar be able to break the Goblins? So he's targeting down his production buildings with his trebuchets, while his archers are killing everything else. Just a smart way to do things, I'd say. He's got a giant expansion. Interesting. But the fort is very low in life. It is only a matter of time before this falls. That giant expansion is about to fall as well. One more shot should take it out. He's going to try and save this with some arrows. Fell wind. Is that enough? It was. Wow. Nice play there. Let's just save his Trollstone throwers from utter obliteration. Doesn't look like we'll see a ring hero in this one, but that's alright. Down goes Legacy's fortress. Now he's got one Goblin Cave. There you go. Legacy's out of the game. That just leaves Black Mamba against 3 players. I don't fancy his odds, I'm gonna be honest. Especially since this base is in dire straits there. Things could be going better in the land of Mordor. And one fell beast falls as well, which is never good. Second one gonna be following very shortly, it looks like. As the Athelian Rangers are trying desperately to bring him down. Faramir as well. Using his shitty wounding arrow to try and do something. Oh, I take it back. Apparently we will see a ring hero after all. There he is. The man. Well, I guess he's not really a man. The thing of the hour. Of course we won't see him used. I have no doubt Mordor will be dead by the time he gets across the field. Since he is not the quickest of people. Nice swoop in there. But unfortunately, there is a lot of throwing axes upgraded with forged blades. They managed to take him down very easily. Also being under the benefit of darkness as well, to make things worse. Now Mako has plenty of trebuchet fire to take out this Mordor fortress. Meanwhile, Isengard goes around the back to get rid of the remaining buildings. And this is looking like the end for Black Mamba, for sure. It's an overwhelming amount of odds against him. So he gets a barrage once again. Actually managed to take out all the trebuchets, but... and he decides to back up. Warguards will finish it off, though. Very soon. Are they waiting for Sauron? It's possible. I don't know where he is. Oh God, he's only halfway across the field. I think they might be waiting for Sauron to just cast Fires of Doom and finish this. Otherwise, this fort... it's literally dead. They're definitely waiting for Sauron. Well, here he comes. He's making his way. An avalanche being used on their own team. And now he sees. I wonder how this is possible. The Eye of Sauron being cast on someone who's already on the field. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you think about it. Snowbag being thrown down the Mordor fort. In comes Sauron for the finishing blow. But not before being Balrogged. Sauron against Balrog, that'd be kind of epic. Are we gonna have a Sauron-Balrog fight? I'm kind of curious who wins. I think Sauron would win, right? I would certainly hope so, but you never know. Oh, we have worm support. Well, this has gotten interesting. I don't... well, I think Balrog will probably despawn before he dies, to be honest. Tom Bombadil's come to join the party. What kind of ending is this? It's crazy. Balrog's actually losing. That was one hell of a fire breathe. Possibly this direction would have been more effective. He manages to kill the Balrog with a Fires of Doom. Sauron knows. He knows the worm would take too long. He's going for the kill. And there you go. An explosive ending to a pretty cool game. That was a very enjoyable 3v3. Very nice. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Well played to all those players, of course, and I hope you enjoyed that as well. So I'll see you guys in the next cast of the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.02 version 5.0.1. See you next time.